Well, we've got our technical issues solved, so we're okay to keep on rolling. So, one of the big things that especially came up during the referendum and really the post-referendum years was the fact that the British government didn't really tell, shall we say, the honest truth about the EU. Not only obviously the lead up to the referendum obviously itself, the Leave side lied through its teeth. They ended up winning. And now, even after, there was this refusal to really admit like what the economic realities would be if we left the EU. There was just this, we're going to leave. We're not actually going to show you the different options, nor are we going to really show you on a macroeconomic scale what the consequences for people's daily lives are going to be. There has been almost absolutely no governmental research or analysis done into this very thing. And of course, the Leave side has been absolutely terrified to do such a thing. Yet, in a bizarre way, everything that has been happened has actually been coming true. From at this point, a 4-year-old clip from a TV series called Behind the Embassy, where they looked at the embassy, the inner workings of the embassies here in the UK, and one of them is an absolutely brutal assessment that has been increasingly becoming predictably true by the US embassy. So, and this should have a lot of leavers worried. It should have a lot of Brexiteers worried because the outcome of this is not good. One of the things they do definitely come across is, hey, not only did the Brexiteers lie, but they didn't tell you the truth and are refusing to still tell the public the truth about what Brexit actually means. But of course, if you followed this channel for a length of time, you know about these consequences. We talk about them all the time. So, as always, thank you very much to all those people who do, again, help and support the channel down below with the Patreon page, and of course the one-off donation link called Buy Me Coffee, and of course the YouTube memberships are open down below as well. And of course you can help the channel by just simply pressing the like, share, and of course the subscribe button if you are new down below as well. So as always, before we start, thank you very much to everyone for supporting the channel in those ways. So let's get on into this. This comes from the London Economic. Here we go. The title of Brutal Brexit Assessment from US Embassy has played out precisely as predicted. The Brexit assessment presented by the US Embassy in London has been making the rounds on social media as their grim forecast have started to play out as predicted. The clip was filmed back in 2018 as part of the 3-part documentary on the US Embassy called Inside the American Embassy, and it features Tom Williams, the Minister Consular for our Political Affairs, and Seneca Johnson, the Deputy Head of Economic Affairs. Again, no relation to the current Prime Minister. In the video, he addresses Michael Herter, the head of the Federation of Aviation Administration, in a discussion about how US airlines will work within the US in the event of Brexit. He said, "People haven't yet internalized. The economy is going to tank. I just better sit on my cash," he began. The EU 27 says, "We're a club. Here are our rules. We'll tell you how many of the rules you're prepared to accept, and then we'll just kind of tell you where in the clubhouse you can go." That is not the British conception of what all this is. They see this as a negotiation between two equal parties. But the British government is not interested in telling people, this thing that 52% of you said that you wanted, here are the range of options, here's the less good, and here's the very, very bad. They haven't actually done a lot of macroeconomic modeling on this, almost like deliberately. Like, we don't want to know because leaving is going to be great, and that's what people voted for. So let's not spend any government money on analysis that suggests that people might actually got it wrong. And again, Brexit in how people have got to stand up for this, you've got to tell people that they were wrong, that they made the wrong decision, because of course this was very much made, and Brexit was sold to a lot of people as a very emotional argument. And telling people that they were wrong on that is a very, very hard thing to do. But The fun thing, of course, is that Brexit was sold that it would make your life better. That don't worry, a vote for leave is going to improve your life. And so far, what have we got? We've got the cost of living crisis about to hit us like a wave. We've got the energy crisis that's about to hit us. We've got high inflation and incredibly low growth that is also about to hit us as well. All these, and some of them are only being made worse because of Brexit. And yet, all this talk of Brexit is going to make your life better, don't worry, it's going to be fine, hasn't come true. This is why the Brexiteers are incredibly anxious about wanting to see progression of Brexit, wanting to talk about all these quote unquote Brexit benefits. But again, if there were any proper Brexit benefits, they will be shouting them from the rooftop. Look at this, look at that, how wonderful our precious Brexit is. But of course, no, they haven't, because it ain't going well. Seneca Johnson piled on the pressure with her own analysis of what the economic environment is likely to look like following Brexit, saying that the growth is starting to slow down, but what you're probably going to see is a longer-term slow slide of lower economic growth. Inflation went up 0.5% to 3%, so that's quite a significant increase. That's not inflation from a growing, bubbly economy. That's inflation from an outside shock. That's the worst kind of inflation. That's going to be a problem. This is coming at the end of a long period of austerity, and people are very tired of it. They're very frustrated by it. And some of those long-term economic issues of some of the things are what fueled Brexit. So if Brexit ends up not helping them, or not obviously helping the people economically, that could all have political knock-on effects. Johnson then went on to add, if the economy sinks, then that's going to apply political pressure on the government, and for what people that voted for leave, they are terrified because this is something that they've been fighting for, trying to achieve for almost 40 years. It's a generational struggle. They've now won, and they're absolutely terrified. And of course, there's the full clip below that you can see here. But again, this is the absolute brutal economic reality of what we were saying was always going to happen, and the reality of it. I mean, just look at some of these things. The economy is going to tank. The British government isn't interested in telling people they got it wrong. This is the worst kind of inflation that we are seeing, the outside shock inflation that we went from seeing from 0.3 to 3%. Brexit ends up not helping people, and leavers are now absolutely terrified. So here's the thing. My first reaction is, if you are a leaver and you can recognize that Brexit isn't going well, then start saying Brexit isn't going well. Do not be afraid to admit that you got it wrong. People get things like this wrong all the time. And one of the worst things, to be honest, that ever happened was the fact that Boris Johnson and his obviously co-government, not only in 2016, but again 2019, made massive promises that are for everyone to see in our massive now media landscape of how wonderful and how fantastic Brexit was going to be. If Brexit is hurting your business economically, speak out about it. If you are having problems at your business because of Brexit, speak out about it. If Brexit, again, if you were promised all these extra regional funds, all this levelling up stuff, and you are not getting it because, again, as we've said, Boris and co and the Conservatives ain't going to deliver on this. That's not their type of thing they want to deliver on. They really want this small minority of the Conservative Party that wanted Brexit, didn't want Brexit to make the UK better, to increase social or have social spending programs. No, they wanted to remove all regulation. They want the government involved in absolutely no areas of the market economy. They want a completely free market. They are free market fundamentalists. They want to remove all regulation completely and just have an absolutely low tax economy. As we've said before, the myth of Singapore on the Thames, but of course they don't actually realize what the Singaporean economy actually looks like. But of course, as always, thank you very much for watching. Please do remember to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. And like I say, please do share this with a leaver. You know, and again, if you're a leaver who wants to talk about this, you know, my door's always open. But again, I'm not expecting it. Like I say, I've been doing this for quite some time. But hey, there you go. Like I say, my door is always open. So yeah, like I say, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. And of course, down below there are links to my Patreon page and a one-off donation link called Buy Me Coffee. And as always, thank you very much to all those people who do support me that way. And of course, we'll see you all next time.